What's up, guys? It's Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche here. Alright, this is a follow-up on the Xtreme braid and the Jerry Brown braid challenge we basically got going on. We started this because we love braid that can put up with the abrasion resistance that we're looking for, also give us the line capacity we're looking for, but at the same time saving us money in the long run. A lot of times when you try to buy something and you start off a lot cheaper, it ends up costing you a lot more money. So for us, we have spent a lot more buying the braid of Jerry Brown in preference over all the other braids. Actually, those are the three main things that we look for in our fishing line to make sure that we are covered in the long run. You know, tournament fishing and everything we got going on with our fishing, everybody kind of, you know, looks at everybody else and see what they're using and see how well it performs for them. So for us, we were trying to see if there was a cheaper alternative to braids other than using the Jerry Brown. Well, even though we have a preference for it, we were still going to give the Xtreme braid a shot. So we started out with the big rigs, and so far we've only been able to make one trip with that, and I still have the cost written down on all of that. However, we started going and doing the lighter braid test with the 80 pound to 65, and the only comparison we got in the Jerry Brown is the 60 pound to 100 pound. So we are putting them side by side on rods, and granted it's a little off, but it's the closest thing we could get with the braid that was given to us to test out. So these are some of the numbers that we have seen in the last several trips. We'll label this side as Xtreme braid, and then this side as Jerry Brown braid. The factors that remain the same are the style of leaders we're using, the type of baits we're using, the size weights we're using, and the rods and reels. I mean, all of it is pretty much the same, except it's the different lines. So what we've done is, every time we break off, and if it's a reason that is on the braid, we have kept track of it. Several times, we were able to catch it on film where I'm casting out and it would break off. Or another team member would cast out and break off, or during the fish. I mean, just something that we felt it was the braid's fault and not just from being naturally cut off with the amount of toothy critters that are out there. We didn't keep track of those because it's going to happen. There isn't no 100% line that does not get cut off. So with the amount of breakoffs or casts or whatever, we have come and did 8 trips. And in 8 trips, do another color. The Jerry Brown line has broken off 2 times, 2 different reels. The total with the line, the bait, the weight, and all of that, as you saw in the videos, we added all of that up, but I don't have a whole lot of space here, so I'm going to try to condense it all together. For the cost of those 2, well, let's break it up real quickly even more. For each one of with the breakoffs using the Jerry Brown, we came to a conclusion of $11.89 per breakoff. So right now we got 2 breakoffs at $11.89 for each. We're looking at $23.78 is what it's costing us so far to fish with the Jerry Brown on our reels. Okay. In those same 8 trips though, we have had 12 breakoffs on 4 different reels. Using the Xtreme braid. The reason it's the round numbers here is because it's only been 1 and 1 per reel, and that day I was fishing alone at night and I was pretty tired, so I just left the break off there, came to the shop, and several of the customers asked about it and I explained what was going on, so they saw those 2. These as you've seen in the videos, when I break off on one cast, I will reset back up and cast again. Well, there was one rod several times that broke off 2 times per trip, and we would retire the rod for that trip because it was getting, you know, it gets very costly. So we figured up theirs at $10.59 per break off. Now this has been an average of what we have gotten. One time it was like $12.39. Another time it was like $8.39. So what I've done is I've taken the average of all of the break offs and divided it by 12, and I've come with this number. Just to make it easier, instead of trying to do 8, you know, the 8 different trips on one piece right here is going to make it real difficult for y'all to see the information. So like I said, again, I'm condensing it all, and this is the average per break off, and this one the same. So now, obviously you see the Jerry Brown is more expensive per break off. We have had fewer. With the Xtreme braid, so far we're at 12 break offs in 8 trips. One day we had 2 rods. One day we had 2 rods with 4 break offs, 2 apiece, and those were stopped for the day. Normally when we get back to the shop, when a break off happens like that, we'll take off a little bit further line to see if there's any more damaged product on it. If there's not, then we're good. We'll spool it back on. If it's not, then we do cut it off because we're not trying to add any more break offs to what this test is doing for us. Because at the end of the trip, you're going to see it has cost us a lot of money to see which braid is actually better in the long run. So right now, with what we got here, we're looking at $127.08. And the cost of this is the double drop drum leader, at $5.99, the 1/6 ounce pyramid at $2.40, the 2 fish bites. Yes, we actually cut up a bag. We actually cut up a bag of fish bites, counted up how many pieces we get per bag, divided the cost, and that's how we also got the cost of our fish bites at 70 cents. Okay. Now we even did our shrimp. We divided it up. We found the average per bag. Sometimes they're 31, sometimes it's for 48. So we found the happy medium at 40 and divided the cost up, and that's a rough estimate of the cost of our shrimp at 30 cents. And then the braid cost. So Jerry Brown costs 0.2, well, Jerry braid obviously costs more per yard than the Xtreme braid. But at the beginning, yes, this one is more expensive, but as you're seeing, we got 8 trips in. We've got 4 more to go with the Xtreme braid, and we're going to see the true difference in it. What I'm also going to do is show you the initial cost of all of this for us to do those 4 reels versus these 4 reels. And then you'll see, you know, spending more money up front is cheaper, or is it spending less money up front, is it cheaper? You know what I mean? That's the whole reason why we are doing this, and I hope y'all can see this. If not, I'm going to do a close-up anyways. But like I said, we still got more trips to go, and actually we might take it to the end of winter, to when we go to re-spool and start hitting the surf a lot more before we do our final take. But at the same time too, looking at this number, it's already showing me a pattern. But like I said, I'm not going to stop it until I know I have completely exhausted this test to where I'm going to go back to whatever line is prevailed. And I hope y'all are willing to follow along. If y'all haven't subscribed to our channel, I encourage you to do so, as we will continue putting these braids to the test. We've got several other braids coming in as well. We've got customers that are willing to bring us a braid for us to test out. Which is awesome, because like I said, it's already costly for us to go out and do these tests, you know, for gas, money, of the leaders and the bait and stuff like that. You know, to add on testing line, it gets up there really quick. So we're willing to go through the effort to prove it and to videotape it as much as we can, permitting. You know, sometimes bad weather just makes it impossible for us to do, but we do keep track of the amount of breakoffs and or how it's done. Again, we're being fair to both sides, because obviously toothy critters will cut through anything. We're not going to hold that against any braid or any line, but we do use that when we are saying, hey, you know what, am I going to use mono or am I going to use braid? Where we're sticking to the braid, so we're going to keep it that way until the end of this deal. Got a lot more videos coming. We'll hope to see y'all out on the water, and keep giving us some feedback, as again we will continue posting videos in reference to y'all's questions and or concerns on fishing tackle or leaders and so forth. So hope y'all have a good one. Talk to you later.